Yeah, the sound's working.
Yeah. Hello, my name is Miriam, co-founder and COO of Keto Chow.
I'm Chris, also co-founder, president, and the technical guy behind Keto Chow. Why don't we have intro music? Anyway, if you're brand new to Keto Chow, it's a nutritionally complete meal designed to make doing keto super easy.
Super easy.
We also have some electrolyte supplements that are amazing for everyday use and for keeping the dreaded keto flu away.
Yeah.
Be on your best behavior. Chris is here.
Oh, wait, that's not my line.
No.
Line.
Be sure to subscribe.
Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the little bell icon for updates on all our Keto Chow happenings. These live streams help us be accountable and stay on track, so thanks for joining us on our keto journey.
Indeed. So we got Storm Chasing Gal here.
Hi!
Had a pumpkin latte smoothie with
Ooh.
syrup pumpkin spice.
That sounds
Wow.
amazing.
Carrie is here.
Amazing. Hi, Carrie.
So is Marie,
Hi,
since people
Marie.
can't agree on how to spell it.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Oh, I was going to grab that video and play it.
Oh.
So on the Keto Chow Facebook
And Instagram.
There's a video talking about a new flavor that's coming up.
IT.
Yeah.
That's how you spell it.
Anyway, Bonita's here. So
Hi,
is
Bonita.
Ice Rink Caddy.
Hi, Ice Rink Caddy.
Chris Cooking Nashville is here. So is
Cabby.
Artemis and Jujubee.
Hi.
And we're fellow winners on the knife giveaway. Mary is here from KCMO.
Hi, Mary.
And K-Bear Fuzzy Ears is here. So is Jennifer Lucas.
Hi, Jennifer.
Miriam was in the other room, and I said, Miriam, Jennifer Lucas just said that she melted keto bricks, put them in the gingerbread house mold, and made a gingerbread house out of keto bricks.
I think that's amazing.
Yeah.
I was just melting down keto bricks today
Yeah, you were.
to put in little snack bags for my kids at school, for my college kids.
And Marianne is here, so is Patricia. And Randy.
Hey, Randy.
Hi, Randy.
Hey, Marianne. Hey,
Happy
Patricia.
Veterans Day yesterday, Randy.
Yes, thank you for your
Let's
service.
see, Bob's here from Arizona.
Hi, Bob.
Jujubee says Sunday?
Just a
Carrie
couple
says
of
chow chow. There you
doctors
go.
in the hallway.
Mary says she got the teaser video. Nice.
Yay.
Shauna is here, so is Lynette. Says,
Hi, Shauna.
howdy.
Hi, Lynette.
Look,
Hi,
I'm
Lynn.
Woody. Howdy.
Howdy.
Lynn is here, so is Teal.
Teal.
Gingerbread
Mwah.
Keto Chow arrived today. I have a happy hubby.
Yes, I love gingerbread.
Lori's
so
here.
much.
Oh, I think from California. Oddly enough, Windows doesn't render the flag
Oh, it's Canada.
icons. Yeah. Anyway, Ragdoll Girl is here. My guess is creme brulee or
Ooh.
mousse. Anything French.
Those also are hard to spell.
We did have a couple people that are like, is it macchiato? I'm like, we already have a caramel macchiato.
True that.
Actually, because of caramel macchiato, I learned how to spell macchiato.
Yes.
I learned how to spell
Meringue.
and cantaloupe.
Yeah, we know how to spell lots of words now. We're so amazing.
So amazing. Let's see. Jennifer says, I messaged a picture of the house to Miriam. Awesome.
Oh, yay.
Donna
Thank you.
is here from Central Texas.
Hey, Donna.
I think summer
Mwah.
has finally turned loose. I say that. And it'll be 80 in a few days.
Right, 90.
We had snow today.
Yeah. Oh, and guys, I'm wearing, oh, you can't see. This is a barefoot shoe.
Sort of.
I call them my Wakanda Forever shoes.
Yep.
But they're barefoot shoes, and guess what? There's holes in the bottom.
Oh,
It rained and snowed today.
wow.
So my feet
That's
got
so they
wet.
drain or what?
My feet got wet when I was taking out the trash at Keto Chow.
Okay. Let's see. Nance is making rounds tonight. Nice. Gina is here.
Hi, Gina.
We're doing great on this Tuesday.
Yeah,
Kara says
we
my
are.
husband's bringing in my box of Keto Chow off the front porch, and I think I'm going to have some pecan sticky bun.
What a delicious day.
Game Master's Vault says, words are hard. Yes.
They
and me
really
speak
are.
good.
And numbers are hard too.
Chris says you guys truly are amazing.
You're amazing.
Stephanie's here. Cindy's here from Missouri. Sean says, I just decided I'm having hot coffee Keto Chow gingerbread for
Ooh,
dinner.
there we go. I love the gingerbread. I can't believe we don't have any at the house, do we?
I'm not sure, actually.
Tomorrow.
John
Keto
is
Chow.
saying complicated flavor. Bien in the sticken, I don't know. It's German.
Got it.
Jerry wants to know, are the shoes super comfortable?
Oh yeah, they feel like I'm not wearing shoes.
Okay.
And it was so funny because I was walking around and one of my workers at the warehouse was like, "It looks like you're just wearing socks." I'm like, "It feels like it too."
It would drive me nuts.
Yeah.
Ash Taylor is here.
Mwah!
And Carrie says you can wear those barefoot shoes to church because of the holes. You're probably
Yeah, they're
correct.
holy.
GGB says about my kiddo snow pants and snow boots at the thrift store. There you go.
Oh, how awesome. I love that. I love it when you can get a good find.
Okay, Artemis wants to know, does the maple waffle flavor have any cinnamon? I really don't like cinnamon, but would love to try it. No, it does not. In fact, let's see.
The only things that have cinnamon are Snickerdoodle
think.
and what's the other one?
If we use the search here and search for
Actually, there's a couple of them.
allergies.
Allergies. Words are hard. Why?
Okay, it didn't find it. Hold on a second.
Dang it. Google it. We're doing it live.
Ooh, there you go.
What allergens? Oh, because it's not that word.
Okay, so
Nutmeg.
cinnamon,
Yep. Oh, there's a lot of them.
snickerdoodle, pumpkin spice caramel,
apple pie,
pecan sticky bun, gingerbread.
There you go.
don't remember if we have any new flavors that were released that have that.
What did we release this year?
The banana bread might have it.
Oh, it could. It could.
I'll actually have to check on that. So thank you for reminding
We'll
me.
write that down.
I hope I was sharing.
Banana.
Let's see.
Banana.
But yeah, the maple waffle definitely does not. Brenda is here from Le,
Oh, hi.
and Rockin' Keto Amy is here. She finally got some
Hey.
chocolate
Amy.
salty.
How are you?
Brother's
guys.
texting me.
My brother?
Anyway, no, my brother.
Oh.
It was a Game Master Val says I started hitting math when letters started getting involved. There you go.
Oh my gosh. Yes. Story problems.
GGB says caramel and caramel. Maybe.
Yeah.
Cindy is here for a live, and Jennifer
Cindy,
says
hi.
Chandler was being a contortionist, showing us her leggings and the pit of her knee too.
Oh, that's funny.
Of the spat.
I was showing you my bottom of my foot a second ago, so I feel that.
Speaking of Sabrina, here's Sabrina.
Hi, Sabrina. Miss you.
And Molly laughs a lot is watching at 2x speed. There
Yeah.
you go. That's the.
Then we can talk
I
real fast.
actually recommend when you're watching a live stream, every once in a while, change the speed to 1.5x so that you catch up.
Yeah.
Anyway.
My hair has a bump. You can see the bump from the snow today, right there. Boink, boink. 2 bumps.
Brenda says my notification told me that Cindy DeMarsh was also a follower.
Woohoo!
Interesting.
That is interesting.
And GGB says 50% off both too. I paid $7 for both. There you go.
Oh, for the boots? Heck yes, $7. Winning.
And Cindy says Brian is having a fruity birthday cake. Fruity cereal plus birthday cake. There you go.
Yay! Give him a hug for me.
Oh,
I
John
haven't seen
says
him in forever.
The German flavor is bee sting cake.
Ooh.
Wow.
Delicious.
Marie loves her barefoot shoes. Bye-bye plantar fasciitis. Wow.
Yeah.
Deborah says looking forward to the orange cream cranberry cheesecake.
Oh my
for
gosh,
Thanksgiving.
yes. I was just thinking about that today. I'm like, what do I want for Thanksgiving? The orange cranberry cheesecake. And that's what I want for
Oh,
Thanksgiving.
Evan points out that the banana bread does not have it. I still want to check because I don't remember.
Yeah, well, let's check anyway.
I think we did check. Actually,
He's going to have to look it up.
I'm
Don't
fairly
squirrel
certain-
yet. Don't squirrel.
I'm not going to squirrel, but I'm fairly certain that Lynette asked that question, and I said, "Here's the contact information for the fruit people and for the flavor people."
You made Lynette do
And
the work.
she contacted them and found out that it does not.
Are you sure, Jen?
Fairly certain.
Are you sure?
Artemis says,
Where's Lynette?
"You're a
Lynette,
genius,
are you
thank
here?
you." And yes, banana bread has a little bit of cinnamon, not enough for me to hate it. I
Woohoo.
can taste it. Again, I think it might not. Anyway, John says it's almond custard with almond slivers and a light cake and honey. Wow, okay.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
That's interesting. Deborah says eggnog fudge is the best.
That just
Crystal
sounds so
is
good.
saying
I've been wanting
it's
to make fudge.
tiramisu.
Oh, yeah.
Neely's here. Hey,
Hi, Neely.
Marie says I need to get some of the barefoot winter boots.
I know. Okay, guys. I got some from a different brand. So this brand is, I think it's called Hike.
Okay.
Hike shoes. And I really like them. I got them for hiking. I did not know that I was literally going to fill my shoe up with sand because there's
that-
holes. Okay, so see
That
inside.
hike was pretty brutal.
There, you can't really tell. You can't really see the holes. You can see them on
It
the
looks
back.
like it's meant to drain.
Yeah, totally. But also, my foot filled up with dirt, which was fine because I was one with the dirt. Can I just tell you,
Okay.
it was really fun and cool to to be that close to the mountain.
Game Master's Vault is saying that the new flavor is Worcestershire sauce. Worcestershire.
No, I want to keep talking about this. So I got another pair, different brand, and it has like a harder bottom, and that's what I was gonna like try to get. Not that I didn't want it to bend, but I wanted it to be more supportive.
Okay.
And it literally feels like you just took a stick and stuck it on the bottom of your shoe, and then you're like clunk, 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 clunk on a stick. So I don't love those ones. I haven't worn them for more than like 1 minute yet, but I'm like, that is not even close to this.
Okay.
So I do not know if I would recommend that brand because I have not tried them out enough to see. Is that your brother texting
No,
you?
that is my bedtime alarm telling me that I need to go to bed if I want.
At 7:25
7.5
p.m.
hours of sleep. Anyway, Bob says, can I order the monthly surprise box by itself without a subscription when I see one I want? You can't. You can only order it as a subscription.
You could do it as a subscription and then just cancel. That's the only way to do it because it is a subscription product.
Yep. Chris is having double salty Yoo-hoo after dinner.
Woohoo!
I'm having, this is a 32-ounce SodaStream bottle, and I do this with 2 salties in it because I like it in 16 ounces. And this is a prototype.
Oh, actually, I have a prototype
This is a
as well.
flavor that is not available. But
And I have a single one with lots of ice.
lots of water. Cindy's been enjoying the sticky bun pancakes in the morning. There you go. Crystal says, I love the Yoo-hoo video. Yeah, Chris Cooking Nashville's
We should
video
make
was
those.
great.
That sounds so good.
Patsy is here from Blackfoot.
Hey,
Just came back
Patsy.
from our Ward Thanksgiving dinner. Wow,
Oh,
they did
how
it a
fun
bit
is
early.
that? That's so cute.
Deborah says baklava. My mom used to make baklava,
Oh, yeah.
like with the phyllo dough and the whole deal. We are not Greek, but she made
Guys,
baklava.
Chris's mom is such a good cook. And I think I got into the family a little late because he's second to youngest. She made sourdough bread and taught me how to make that, right?
Okay.
She taught me how to make stuffing in a turkey. But there's a couple things, including the baklava that she made, but that I hear about all these years later, and I've heard them for all these years we were married, and it's blueberry buckle.
Okay. Yeah.
She makes blueberry, but we went
Doesn't-
keto,
yep.
and she never made it for me before because guess what? She doesn't like
Doesn't like
blueberries.
blueberries.
So she doesn't like to make it, and she never made it for me, and I'm kind of sad about that because now I don't want it.
John has a great question.
Okay.
Do we have any plans for vanilla beef-based protein with either stevia or plain where I can add my own allulose?
Yes.
We already have it.
Da da da!
So,
Surprise!
going to go here to shakes. We're going to buy single flavors.
Yep.
We are going to choose the alternative sweeteners. And right there, you've got vanilla cream core with stevia or vanilla cream core unsweetened.
Yep.
So it is available already.
And it is so easy to sweeten it with anything you want. I have done it a lot of times. I've even done it and forgot that I didn't get the stevia one and had it without the sweetener, and that it was fine.
It's surprisingly less terrible than you would think. Now,
Yeah.
that said, the only one of the core flavors that is available in a large bag is the sweetened chocolate one. All
Right,
the other
they're
ones
all
are
individual.
only singles.
Yeah.
We unfortunately don't sell enough of them to justify the large bag.
Right.
So, let's see. Lots of people talking back and forth. Sabrina says, I got some from Hike with warm fuzzy on the inside and waterproof on the outside to take on the Alaskan
Okay.
cruise.
So maybe I should look. Will you send me a link to the ones that you got? Because mine aren't fuzzy on the inside, and they are like they're hard, but they're super flexible.
Brenda's they're not waterproof, got a tack in mind so I wouldn't walk over broken glass. Okay.
Yeah, and I noticed on the rocks too that it was like little rocks are fine, big rocks are fine, but like the medium ones are what was killing me.
Okay. Oh, and Lynette did contact the flavoring people. There is no cinnamon in banana bread.
There you go. Lynette did the work.
Randy
my hair's
got
sticking out.
an order of salty. Nice.
Yay, Randy!
But Crystal points out putting cinnamon in the banana bread
I
sounds
know.
great.
Yeah, we had chaffles for dinner last night, and we put cinnamon on top of our chaffles.
Speaking of chaffles, there was a lot of
Chaffles!
discussion on the Keto Chow Facebook support group
Mm-hmm.
about chaffles. What are chaffles, Miriam?
Chaffles are just kind of waffles, but it's cheese and eggs in a waffle maker, and it looks like a waffle. And it doesn't taste like a bread waffle. It tastes like something else. But I didn't love waffles or pancakes before. But now that they're pretend those things and they're just eggs, I love them.
So, and there was a lot of discussion about recipes. Marie had a more involved recipe, but on our website we do have a very simple recipe.
Super simple.
So what is that?
1 scoop of Keto Chow, 1 cup of mozzarella cheese, and 3 eggs. And I usually put in like half a cup of water also.
Okay. Now, when a recipe calls for 1 serving of Keto Chow, such as the waffles, is that 1 packet? What does that mean?
Yeah. It's 1 packet of Keto Chow or a full scoop from the big bags.
Okay. You just mix it up. Do you have to like beat it smooth or anything?
Nope,
or?
I just use a...
Because you
called?
have
Spatula.
grated cheese in there. It's pretty chunky.
I know, it's chunky and it's fine.
And you kind of have to learn how much to put in there or else it overflows a lot.
Yeah, I totally overflowed it yesterday and spilled it everywhere.
Still delicious even when it does that.
It was delicious anyway. Yeah.
Well, Andrew is here. Says hello,
Andrew.
Salty Peeps.
Hi.
Let's see. People, macaroon and macaroon.
Oh, and that would be a hard one too. That's something that's been difficult to do, keto.
Yep.
Or macaron.
Okay, Patricia wants to know
what people
how many
say?
servings are in the large bags of Keto Chow?
21 servings.
21 servings. It actually, if you want to go all the way back to the beginning, it's because when I was developing Keto Chow, I was developing it for myself. And the idea was a 21 serving bag would last 3 meals a day for 7 days. And we internally still sometimes refer to it as the week bag.
Yeah, it's hard not to because it's yours.
I
Andrea,
deliberately try to say the
21 meal bag.
21 meal bulk bag. But
Bulk bag.
anyway, yeah. And it is a lot cheaper in the large bag as opposed to the single meals. But we have to sell a certain amount of them in a amount of time in order to really, for it to make sense for us to carry them.
Yeah.
So let's see. Uncle Big Guy is here. Hey. Hi there. GGB said, talking to Crystal, we're talking about desert flavors. John says, I'm chanting large bag vanilla core. Large. Honestly, the problem that we're having right now is the core. We were talking about, selling enough. All of the flavors of core except for chocolate aren't selling enough for us to actually carry them.
Yeah, we're just carrying them because we want to.
Yeah, we're kind of keeping them out of spite. Not spite, but out of principle.
Out of spite.
So we're keeping them out of principle for now, but they just don't sell well enough for us to even add other flavors or really justify having the vanilla and the strawberry unsweetened ones. So
yeah.
But for now, they are super available.
Super available.
Keto Pilates chick wants to know if the egg white powder is back. The problem with the egg white powder is it costs too much right now. With all of the bird flu and everything going on, from when we introduced it the first time, it actually went up 6-fold.
So much, yeah.
Last time I checked, it was twice as expensive as it was when we introduced it.
Yeah.
We had a bunch of people complaining that it was expensive then. So I have a hard time saying, yeah, we're going to come out with it, but we're going to be the most expensive egg white powder you can get.
Yep. So we're waiting for the price to come down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jim Thagerson is here.
Hey, Jimmy.
Wait, what? Dustin is here. Donna says, how much beef tallow do you use in chocolate core?
Oh, how much?
As much as suits you.
I think I did like 2 tablespoons.
Per serving? Maybe.
I don't remember. I did the same as butter. So how much would that be? Isn't it the same? It's like
butter and beef tallow are slightly
Pretty
different because there's
similar.
a little bit of water in butter.
Yeah.
Beef tallow and oil. And on the Keto Chow site, on the how to prepare page, there's a calculator you can use to calculate how much fat you're going to use. And there is a section for oil. So you would, if you want to use tallow, you would use that. So you put in how many calories you want, and you select which unit of measure you want, whether it's tablespoons, milliliters, fluid ounces, whatever. and it'll help you calculate the amount that you should use.
Yeah.
Now, one interesting thing going along with that, is there a zero carb heavy whipping cream?
Oh, man.
I get the Walmart brand, and after adding the necessary amount of my shakes, each shake is around 11 carbs.
Oh, that's
So
high.
there is a zero carb whipping cream, and it's called butter.
Right.
Now, all joking aside, all heavy cream it's like 0.41 grams of carbohydrates per tablespoon. Mm-hmm. But that can be rounded down to 0, but you're probably going to be using a lot more than 1 tablespoon. So when you use 3 or 4 or more, it starts to add up. Now, the calculator, the fat calculator on the Keto Chow site actually will tell you the amount of carbs that are in the heavy cream that you would be using. But personally, I would recommend checking out butter if you can, because it has fewer carbs. It's more work to mix because you have to use warm water and you have to use a blender, but it's the zero carb heavy cream. So, and beef tallow works really good in the chocolate.
Yeah, beef tallow works really good in everything.
Yep. Donna says, "Can you make chaffles with the Keto Chow core?" I think
I
that
think
you can.
so. Yeah, I think they turn out a little flatter. That's the thing we've noticed about anything we make with the core is it's flatter. But I am also not used to having things have the right texture, so I don't care that much. I'm sure Chris Cooking Nashville would probably make it into something amazing.
Probably. Game Master's Vault says, "I have a big bag coming at the end of the week. Should the scoop weigh a certain amount?" So on the back of the bag, there's a serving size, and it's in grams. My personal recommendation is get a scale, put a bowl on there,
Yep.
scoop it out according to how you personally scoop, and see how close it is to the serving size. Mm-hmm. You may find it's dead on, or you may find it's not enough. And if you don't scoop out enough, you're going to find that your shakes don't have the right flavor because you're not putting enough in. And depending on how you scoop, you could be off by 10%. So try it. See how your scoop compares to the serving size. And yeah, what did you want to say? You want to show off your boot?
I want to show off the shoe that I don't know if I love. And I don't want to be mean to the brand. It's XERO brand. But it's so hard. And it's not that movable. Okay, it's moving right now. But the thing is, it feels like, I don't know. It feels like I'm not wearing a shoe, but I'm like, I also don't want to wear a stick of wood.
Okay.
So I'm like, if I'm just going to have something hard to step on, the ground is softer than this shoe. So I'm like, I don't know.
John the Moniker says, "Vanilla Core, I bought a compressor-based ice cream maker and have a newfound love of debatable guilt-free ice cream and custard."
Ooh,
Nice.
yay!
Let's see. Andrew says, "I listened to Chris and Dr. Hampton today."
Oh,
that
I
got
didn't
published
listen
today.
to that. Oh,
Chris,
it
you're
went
so
good?
precise with your explanation about maltodextrin.
Oh my
I'm so
gosh.
happy that you and Miriam have developed Salty.
Yay! I'm glad you
Oh
like
man,
it.
Lindsay Murphy is here too.
Hey, Lindsay.
Hey y'all, it's Lindsay.
Hey, y'all. Hey, y'all.
I cracks me up every time I watch one of Lindsay's videos and she says that. I just, there's that meme of the little Asian girl going, I just want to do that, and it's so silly. Anyway, let's see. Janelle says, "I like the idea of the core, but I like the variety of the flavors on the main line." By the way, the beef soup base is the core without flavor and without sweetener.
Yeah, so you could mess with it.
Yeah, you could use like some Da Vinci syrups or skinny
different
syrups.
stuff.
You could totally make a cherry one.
Yeah, you could.
Yeah. Okay. Jerry was also wondering about the bag of egg whites. I've never tried them, but I wanted to order them. You were out of stock. How do you use them? Add water?
I know.
You can.
You can.
You can just add water to them, and it creates egg whites. Or what a lot of people use them for is making the egg white bread. Andrea's happy we're keeping the core. I'm almost out. Light
You know,
Weaver is going to place a big core order.
Yay! I've been doing with the core lately is I'm just mixing core with a regular keto chow.
So you're kind of doing
that
half
it's
and half?
Half of it.
Are you doing...
I like it.
Because you're
a lot.
doing 4 at a time in the
Yep.
blender.
And then putting them as creamies.
So you're doing 2 of one and 2 of the other?
Yep.
Okay. Julie wants to know, what fat do you like with the core?
Well, I like beef tallow, but I pretty much just make everything with butter because it's easy and that's what I'm used to doing.
It's cheap. It's good.
But I do have beef tallow. We have the Chicago Packing Company beef tallow. We should probably make those. Have you ever done beef tallow for the creamy?
Yes.
Is it good?
Yeah, it was fine.
Yeah.
Not Slip wants to know, is there any chance of root beer coming back?
Oh, I wish. Wouldn't that be nice?
Unfortunately, it just wasn't selling very well, and it was and the key lime pie.
I freaking love key lime pie.
It was a choice between,
so cute.
do we want to reorder root beer and key lime pie, or did we want to order the chocolate malt and butterscotch in the spring of 2024?
Right.
And we decided for the butterscotch and chocolate malt instead.
Yeah.
So Brenda says, I told someone today, I thought you had a chart of how many flavors are left. So Keto Chow availability status.
Oh yeah,
is the search
that's
term you
like
want to use.
what flavors like.
It's like their status of whether they're a permanent flavor or a limited edition.
Or
like
if they've been retired or whatever.
Keto Plastic says, thank you. I haven't made the bread in forever since no egg white powder.
Yeah, I haven't made it either. My daughter keeps wanting to have it, and I just don't want to make it. And she doesn't want to make it. So
We have a bunch of egg white powder, but yeah, you know, if you can't be bothered to make something yourself. My mom was strongly of the opinion of, you don't have the right to complain about something unless you're willing to do something about it.
Yeah. So when I leave stuff all over the floor, then Chris gets to clean it up. Just kidding.
Anyway. Randy's got to run. See you later, Randy.
Good night.
Let's see. Mike says, I use cubic bananas for units. Yes.
Right.
How many cubic bananas is that?
I don't know.
Let's see. And if you're right now, probably the best option for egg white protein, honestly, is go on one of Indigo Neely's videos and use one of her links.
Yeah.
That is what I'd say for now. Scudiv loves using butter. Nice.
Yay.
Mary says, would a stick blender work for mixing butter with water? Yes. In fact, when we go to
we do that
shows,
all the time. It's so
that
much
is how we
easier
mix up
than
Keto Chow.
bringing a huge blender.
Yeah, we use warm water in a pitcher, in a gallon pitcher,
Yeah.
with a stick blender. It works great. Crystal says, I'll be trying regular chocolate Keto Chow for the first time. I'm going to put half butter, half tallow. Oh, there you go.
So good.
It is
Chocolate
surprisingly
is so
good.
Why don't we have chocolate more often?
Okay, so Jujubee has a question about the minimum amount of butter for a shake.
Oh,
So
yeah.
the minimum amount, and this actually, here we go.
Okay.
Excellent question from the Keto Chow Facebook group. I've been making my shakes with unsweetened almond milk. Does this cover me as the fat source, or do I need to add more fat?
Okay, so the reason why we recommend that you add fat to Keto Chow for multiple reasons.
Tastes better.
Tastes good. You need fat on a keto diet, right?
It's a meal.
It's a meal, and you want it to satiate you, and it's not going to satiate you without fat. But if you're going to have fat elsewhere, then you don't really need to have it if you're going to have fat at the same time. In the form of fat bombs, whatever, on your meat, something like that. But we recommend you put at least 10 grams of fat in Keto Chow if you're going to have it with nothing else, because there are fat-soluble vitamins in Keto Chow, and we want your body to absorb them. And so by giving it fat, you will be able to absorb those vitamins.
My recollection is it's about 1 tablespoon of butter is about the minimum. 2 egg yolks. I don't remember how much heavy whipping cream that is.
It was like...
I think it was like 2.5 tablespoons
teaspoons or something
like that.
Yeah.
Anyway, So there you go. Minimum
10
of 10
grams.
grams. But the problem with unsweetened almond milk is not a good source of fat.
It doesn't have fat in it.
It's basically white colored water with some flavoring and a little bit of sugar, even the unsweetened one. Mm-hmm. It's not a good source of fat. You would have to use a lot of it. I think it's like 3 or 4 cups in order to get the amount of fat that you need. At which point you'd actually be better using just butter or water. So anyway.
Yeah. But you can still use almond milk and just add a little bit of fat. Or, like I said, if you're going to have food with it or around it or close to the similar time, like an hour later, it probably would be fine. And honestly, if you're eating other food that has a lot of really nutrient density, you'd probably be okay. But if you're going to use a lot of Keto Chow and then not have the fat with it, then you may be missing out on those vitamins.
Yeah.
So
And one thing I would like to point out, so this is the nutrition panel from the Keto Chow core, I think. A lot of people will look at this and say, 540 calories?
yeah,
Well, that's if you put in a half cup of heavy cream.
yeah,
Someone was complaining that, well, I can't have that many calories because I'm diabetic. And it's like, okay, I'm going to ignore that right now, but you don't have to put in a half cup of heavy cream. You can use as much or as little as is appropriate for you.
yeah.
So a couple tablespoons, I don't know. You can use whatever is suitable for your application.
Well, and I was listening to somebody today,
Okay.
and they were talking about protein, and I think that that's still something that we're somewhat afraid of. We still need to be getting protein, and we need to be eating more food than I think we're eating typically.
And I need to stop snacking.
And you need to be eating meals, and you need to be eating enough food, because a lot of times, you know who it was? It was Kelly Hogan.
Oh, interesting.
I was listening to Kelly Hogan. She's interviewing some guy, and they were talking about a lot of times people are trying to lose weight, and then they come up and they say, "Oh, I'm having, 1,200 calories." Well, that's not enough food for maintenance. Like, let's get so a lot of times they would pull people up to where a good place for maintenance would be, and get your body up, which is exactly what Robert did for me. Was
Okay.
he pulled
the reverse diet, right?
Yeah, he pulled me up to a good calorie and then took me down and then back up again. So
You're going down, clown.
I think it was really good for me to do that, just because I was able to see, like, okay, this is what people are talking about when they're manipulating their macros and doing these different things. Because I think we just eat whatever and we try to make it work, and we should be eating intuitively. But it wasn't until I did that I was like, what am I hungry for? Because it's easy to crave things that just give me dopamine all the time, but what nutrients am I hungry for? So I was learning about my body and what I needed more than what I wanted and what I wanted.
Okay.
I don't know if that makes sense.
Janelle says, my order of fall flavors just arrived. So excited to try them out. And LCVB is happy we were able to replace the flavor they didn't like. You were very welcome.
Oh, yay.
Let's see. People talking back and forth. Keto Police Chicks. Oh, talking to Lynette.
Yay.
So Jason Gal says, I'm dying. Give up the new flavor. Not going to happen.
I'll tell you.
I am so good at being deliberately evasive.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen.
The kids hate it.
Exposing Darkness says, what's the deal with Black Friday? We will be announcing the Black Friday stuff later.
Yeah.
Carrie really likes using bacon fat to make Keto Chow. I think it has too much of a flavor, but hey, if you like it, go for it. Visual Keto says, I've never made the egg white bread because it seemed so expensive, and I really don't miss bread. Okay. Jerry says, one more question. Are there any more super great commercials in the future? Probably not. The issue with the Red Riding Hood, the witch, the Rapunzel, they cost as much as a house.
and they don't perform as well as smaller short form
Yeah.
content nowadays.
Yeah,
So
the market has changed, and that sort of video doesn't
TikTok
perform
market
as well.
now. Go
Yeah.
faster, faster, faster.
That's Miriam getting a text message. Choir on Sunday. It was so hilarious. Where we're singing, what was it? Oh Holy Night. Anyway, we're practicing Oh Holy Night. I'm singing tenor, and we're like going so high. Oh my gosh.
It was
And
really
Miriam
pretty.
got a text message, and all the ladies were like, "What? What is?
Somebody go get the door.
What is
I'm
that?"
like,
I'm like, "You
sorry.
guys don't hang out with Miriam very well." That has been your text message sound
Since I got a phone.
seriously for like 15 years.
The funniest thing about it is, we got a phone. When did? Yeah,
we
probably
got
15
a phone
years
when
ago.
Max and Ruth were born.
Okay,
Just before they were born is when we got phones.
then that would have been 19 years because they are 18 right now. Anyway, we got phones all at different times, and my brothers got phones first before I
didn't
did.
get them for a long
We got them
time.
for like 6 months after
We were
them or
holding out.
something.
We're like, nah.
We were trying to push back. But anyway, I got a phone, and when we were having this family like dinner or something, my phone goes off. My two brothers' phones go. We all picked the same one. We all picked the doorbell.
You serious?
Yeah.
You guys are hilarious.
I'm like,
Okay.
you mean we have good taste? Yeah.
Andrew says, I tried Miriam's tip of using a scoop of beef gelatin in the Keto Chow. Much better on an empty tummy. Right?
Yes, I'm so glad.
GGB makes the egg white bread once a week.
Oh, you do? That's awesome.
Keto Pilates Chick says, I haven't really been baking keto stuff since carnivore now. Hey, there you
Hey, if it's if easier, it's better. That's good.
go. And Marie says, I've been falling in love with using tallow as that
Yes.
gives me the smoothest glucose numbers as a type 1 diabetic.
I totally believe it. And the tallow is so good.
S. Rob says, it was a pleasure meeting you at the Keto Chow store.
Yes.
And Meg says, I need to make some biscuits. I was thinking of using apple pie.
Oh, that sounds
Tiny bit of
amazing.
diced apple. Seeing if I can make apple fritters.
Okay, so trick. I first saw this on Maria Emmerich. We actually use it in one of our recipes. Use an apple tea, and you steep it.
Yeah, and so you make apple tea.
Yes, and then
So you
you
have the water.
use like zucchini. Okay, so you put zucchini
Oh, the chayote squash?
or the chayote squash into the bowl.
The apple
and
tea.
then steep the tea in it, and it
makes it
takes
taste-
on the apple flavor, and then you can make like apple pies or whatever you want to do. And we have done that multiple times, and it works so good.
Yep.
And it's zucchini season, especially when you got those big, huge, honky ones, which I threw ours
We're
away, by
past
the way.
zucchini season, by the way.
I have some
Keto-
in the freezer.
Okay. Keto Supply Chick says, I have the 0 shows.
Oh,
Just for
you like
walking.
'em?
Better work out for sure. I felt it more in my legs than wearing regular tennis shoes.
Yeah, and that was the first thing I noticed too with these guys is I use different muscles when I'm walking, and so I was in pain the first couple of days.
I use my
but
ears a lot when I walk. Mary wants to know, does the beef tallow have a taste to it, or is it a neutral flavor?
it depends.
It has a taste, and it tastes like fried donuts,
Yeah, it does.
which I know is weird. But if you've ever had like a chocolate cake donut, there's a flavor to it that you didn't know was dough fried in beef tallow.
Yeah.
But that's totally the flavor.
So if you make the chocolate core
And you
with
use
the
the
beef
beef tallow,
tallow, then you're
it's
like,
weird.
oh, this tastes like a donut.
Yeah. And it's not so much that it tastes like a donut, but the donuts taste like they're fried in beef tallow.
Yeah.
Sabrina sent a picture, Miriam, of the order. Can figure out how to send you the link.
Yep,
Okay.
I got it. Thanks.
Deborah says, I've been having chocolate mixed with chocolate collagen as a shot of cocoa every night. Nice. Chris says, learning to eat for nutrition and not for
Yeah.
a dopamine hit is what finally gave me freedom from addiction to the junk.
It's so true. And it was so cool because I was on 10 total carbs for a really long time. And so that's eating all pretty much meat all the time. And if I had like one little piece of zucchini or one little piece of onion it was so sweet.
Oh, yeah.
And then you could really enjoy the texture and the flavor, and everything was just way more enjoyable because you weren't having over highly palatable foods. And even in the keto space, like, we still get used to sweetening things as much as we used to before keto with allulose or erythritol or whatever. And so it was nice to kind of break away from baked goods too for quite some time.
Low Carb Spin is here, and GB says, I was just trying to tweak my day to work a shake in on a PSMF day, but I want vitamins to be absorbed. Yeah, 10 grams of fat in a Keto Chow will totally
and I've done a shake.
PSMF.
I've done a shake on PSMF. It's just because if you're on a PSMF day, it's so low, then sometimes your lean meat that you're eating for other meals are just so dry that it's like, ugh.
So says, we don't talk about burrito. GGB says, I got a Bob Ross chia pet at the thrift store
my God.
for $4. Guess what I did tonight? That's awesome. Sherry wants to know, how much does the Keto Chow scoop hold? Around 95 cubic centimeters. Some of them hold 104 cubic centimeters.
Yeah.
It depends on the flavor. And I know that isn't helpful.
Cubic centimeters is not what people use for measuring.
It holds about a serving of Keto Chow.
It's like close to 50 grams.
Yeah.
It's like between 46 and 48, something like that.
I'm actually being deliberately unhelpful because it's actually better if you weigh it rather than use a scoop.
But the scoops are different per flavor if they're a little bit more than the others. So we got them as close as we can. And honestly, if you do a full pack scoop, you will be fine. If you want to be like really niggly about it and you want to weigh it, great, do that too. Like whatever you prefer to do, but I'm getting so disillusioned with all the Nazi keto policey stuff lately. I'm like, I keep hearing Joe's voice in my head. 90% is good enough.
Jerry wants those new flavor birthday cake. We already have birthday cake.
It would be
I
spelled
think it's
weird.
sold out though. Anyway.
Oh yeah, I think it is.
LCVB loves the core chocolate sweetened. Chris says tenors for the win. Now technically, I'm a baritone, and I can do bass or tenor.
You sing so good.
I just kind of go where they need me the most, which is
also
typically tenor.
Loud.
I know how to project my insecurities.
He's loud and has really good tone. So he goes where they need him to go.
Speaking of singing,
Joe
Ray is here.
Ray, hi.
Good to see you.
I miss you.
Joe Ray mi fa sol la Keto.
Keto.
I also consider vibrato a sign of weakness.
Except for, that Frozen song, the second Frozen song?
Which Frozen song?
The Frozen song.
Yeah.
Max sings that in his head voice, and it is hilarious.
That's not vibrato. Vibrato is where you're doing
That's not vibrato.
It's where you trill your voice around because you can't maintain tonal
but
quality.
It's still artistic.
Sure it is.
Yes, it is.
Weakness. Sorry. Oh, anyway. Jerry wants to know, is the new flavor cotton candy? Nope.
Good guess.
Yeah. Me being deliberately evasive, I'm not going to answer any more questions about it. Whoa.
Wah, wah.
Bubble says I have the theme from Downtown Abbey.
Oh, I forgot I was going to binge watch that. I've never seen it.
Sharon dice, hola.
Hola.
¿Dónde van los gatos cuando se mueren?
Oh, you told me this earlier.
Purgatoria. Anyway, one of my employees told me that today. I was like, that's a
Tell them what it means.
Where do cats go when they die? Purgatory. Anyway, it's funnier in Spanish though because Purgatorio has gato in it. Yeah,
part of it. Yeah.
Carrie missed Chris cooking Nashville's live stream.
Aww.
I won a knife. Mm-hmm. So did a lot of other people. Crystal says, fun fact: they used to fry donuts and pick fat. Probably in
pig fat.
Yeah, that's probably why the tallow mixed with chocolate tastes to make them glazed.
Yep.
Probably.
So good.
Marie says, depends on how much you use. At least for me, I stick to a max of 4 tablespoons in a shake. Nice.
Yeah, that's good.
Keto Simple says, mixing Chandra a hot peppermint keto chow
Oh,
shake.
yummy.
Oh, those are... He was like, why didn't you launch peppermint when the fall flavors? I'm like, because peppermint's not
we
a
don't have
fall flavor,
peppermint.
man. Okay, LCVB wants to know, has anyone used coconut oil for a shake?
Yes.
Works really
Yes.
well.
Especially if you're wanting like a pina colada or something. So
Yep. Evelyn says, for coffee lovers, I made a fudge with caramel macchiato
Yes.
keto chow and the new Lily's espresso chips.
Oh, really? Nice.
Joe Keto says, Miriam, I love making big spears of those huge zucchinis. Take out the seeds.
Yes.
Rub them with olive oil and balsamic vinegar and
Ooh,
roast
yeah.
them in the oven.
That sounds amazing.
Oh, Joe Ray was on vacation. Nice. Chris says, yeah, same for me. Amazing how much more sensitive you get to the slightest sweetness.
Yes.
And then you enjoy minimal amounts so much more.
Right, and you don't need it.
There's a YouTube channel called Kurgazart. Anyway, they had a video about
Why did they name it such a weird?
today. One of the things they were talking about was if you use it constantly, well, number one, it's going to really mess up kids' brains. But also, if you use it constantly, it doesn't work very well, and you'd be better off not.
Isn't that all drugs? Isn't
Yes.
that like drugs and alcohol in
Although
general?
one of their points was it's far safer than alcohol,
That's so crazy.
which isn't saying a lot. But
Every time I think about drugs and alcohol, I always imagine from my elementary school drug
Dare
program.
Yeah.
They had on the board, and the police officer drew the chart that went like this. You remember?
Okay.
And it's like the line in the middle is you and
Normal.
you're normal, and then you get high, and then you get high, and then it eventually goes lower and lower and lower until you're under the scale. I don't know why I remember that. That's
Jennifer says, I found whenever I get away from the dopamine hit from food, I
Yeah.
subconsciously slipped into compulsive shopping to get that hit.
so right.
It's called
It's-
retail therapy.
Yeah, yeah. The thing is, every time you take something away, it will be replaced, whether you do it subconsciously or consciously. And this is something that happens in the brain too. When you take, like, you automatically will think negative thoughts, and not everybody does this, but a lot of times when a thought comes into your brain that's negative, and you want to push it out, you have to replace it. You can't just leave an empty spot because another thought will come into your brain. Your brain will replace it with something else.
Nature
And so you
abhors a
have
vacuum.
to be very conscious about replacing whatever you're taking out with something else, thought-wise. And that's a really hard thing to do. But just noticing that, Jennifer, like noticing whenever you take something away, something's going to fill its place. So like I quit chewing gum, I started drinking caffeinated sodas. So like
Now you're not drinking caffeinated.
so when I started working with Robert and I quit caffeine and gum on the same
Ooh.
week, I don't remember what I did, but I had to be conscious about like, what am I doing instead of doing these things? So especially like snacking for boredom or for, to pass the time or whatever it is, you've got to think of something to do. So when you're fasting, especially during meal times and stuff, you're like, oh, it's noon. I automatically go to start making food. I automatically go to do this thing. And so you have to consciously say, okay, what am I putting in this space? Make it part of your plan. Whatever you're doing, put something in the space so that it's filled. Because then you're gonna set yourself up for success, right? You're not gonna fail.
Yep. Storm Chasing Gal wants to know, do we have any updates on butterscotch and peppermint? No. Nope, no updates. Jennifer wants to know, are there going to be any more crack snacks with Keto Chow? Not for the time being. Our team is
That was fun though, huh?
working on other stuff. You can go on Crack Snacks and order their
Yeah,
stuff.
their stuff is good.
It just won't be enrobed in Keto Chow. Evelyn likes how Neely reverse weighs from the big bags. Yeah, you put the bag on there, tear it, and then scoop it out until it...
Yeah, I saw her doing that the other day with the recipe, and I was like, oh yeah. And I've seen that before. I just never thought to do it.
Jerry says, I can't even think of a new flavor you haven't already released. I'm working on a lot, though.
Yep.
It is a problem that we're like, well, we got the core ones already.
Well, and we've
We have
already
the normal ones.
we've tried so many flavors.
Chris says I'm a low tenor, not quite baritone. I feel ya. Bubbles wants to know, will there be any new salty flavors? Well, Miriam and I are drinking unreleased ones right now. Prototypes.
Prototypes.
So we'll see.
I think it seems like a good idea.
They work out.
Seems like a good idea.
Chris says, do that vibrato technique again. You should teach opera. Oh!
No, that was gross. That was like a
Joe Ray says,
chicken
you don't
or
like
something.
vibrato because you can't do it.
true that.
That's
No,
funny.
it's funny because I had my high school choir teacher. He didn't like vibrato either, but he said the only reason why you don't do vibrato is because this is a choir. You need to blend
yes.
your voices together.
Yeah, I usually sing in
And
choir.
if you're singing a solo, then you can do whatever you want because you're a soloist.
Yep.
So,
Marie says vibrato is that vibrating sound like Snow White in the old Disney cartoon. Yes. No, that's
Sleeping Beauty.
Sleeping Beauty.
Except for off key. Sorry about that. That was kind of.
Yeah, that's Sleeping Beauty. Ba-ba-ba. Crystal wants cotton candy.
Yeah, Snow White.
Evelyn
It
says,
really
I
was
miss seeing you on
vibrato-y.
Wednesday afternoons. Nilly and Lindsay. They're going to be on tomorrow.
Oh, were they not on last week?
Yeah, they were. I just think
Oh,
Evelyn
because
wasn't able to
Evelyn's
make
a
it.
teacher, isn't
Yeah.
she? Oh, that's cool.
Patsy says, I went to a Thanksgiving dinner.
Yay,
There you go.
that's so awesome.
Exposing Darkness loves the peppermint. Low Carb Spin wants to know, do you plan on making a peppermint or chocolate mint salty? When we were first doing the initial release of salty
did try.
and planning out all the different flavors, I was working on a chocolate mint one.
Chocolate
And
mint
it was
is hard.
really weird and it was hard. So I'm not going to rule it out, but it's a difficult one. What you can do is add some peppermint oil to the Coco Loco, and it works really well.
Yeah, totally.
Kurzgesagt. Too many birds.
Kurzgesagt.
Yes.
Yes. It was so funny because he was watching that one today and
There's all these people smoking on it. She's like, what are you watching?
well, before the smoking person, I saw it was like blue and pink and flowers and hearts and stuff, and I'm like, Chris,
yeah, usually
what are you
it's
watching?
solar panel and battery videos.
I know.
Marie says blending jalapenos into strawberry or raspberry cheesecake keto chow gives you a jalapeno popper shake.
Oh wow, that would be interesting.
Storm Chasing Gal says, can you all on future lives at the room that shows the mountains? Well, we used to use a green screen.
Oh yeah,
But we haven't. That room has been repurposed for
we're
other stuff.
doing it at home instead of at the office now. But we could do a live and walk around and show you the mountains sometime.
Terrible internet connection, though.
Yeah.
Jennifer says, I had a friend in Indy from Minnesota. Her pecan sticky bun is on order, and she was anxiously awaiting for it. She was delighted I could serve her some for breakfast. Wow.
Sounds delicious.
Bubbles says, I binged today at TJ Maxx and got socks.
Oh, hey, see, you got to replace it with something.
And Chris says, excellent point. Breaking addictions requires replacing bad habits with better ones. I make recipes to keep myself on track.
Right?
Follow me for more tips. Marie says, catching your hand reaching for snacks that aren't there and then slapping your own wrist. Mike has heard that resistance is futile. Is it futile or is it feudal?
Ew.
An economic system based on vassals and lords. I don't know.
Google it. How do you
Deborah
pronounce it?
says, I sent Keto Chow to my U.S. Air Force family stationed in Japan. They love
That's
it.
so
Wow.
nice.
By the way, we can ship to APO,
APOs.
AFO, all those
Yeah.
addresses. It's just regular.
And it gets
postal.
regular prices.
Yeah.
So if ever you want to just ship directly from us, you can pay it and then put a different address in.
Yep.
So.
Lady Fritz is saying we're probably going to come out with a grapefruit
Oh,
salad.
doesn't that sound yummy?
Carrie says, I
sounds
sometimes bang my head against the wall
Grapefruit.
during fasting meal times. Excuse me. I put a pillow there so it doesn't.
Oh my gosh. No.
Start chasing gal. I'm dead. Chris singing, right?
Yeah.
Bravado or turkey call? Yeah, there you go.
Exactly.
Bravado.
That's a turkey call. Right
Exposing
there.
Darkness wants a black cherry cola flavor.
Ooh, that sounds good too.
Who
I
was
like
it
black
that was
cherry.
doing? It was, oh my gosh. On the Two Crazy Ketos live stream, Rachel was doing a turkey call that was so good.
Oh, with her voice?
Yeah, her turkey call was
Was it on
amazing.
Monday?
I think it was on
That's
on
funny.
Thursday's live stream.
Oh, okay.
Bubbles wants to know, how long does it take for a prototype to get into production? It can take
6 months.
anywhere from
2 years.
3 months
3 months, 6 months.
to 2.5 years.
It depends on a lot of factors. Depends on what we're doing with
The
it.
vanilla cream and strawberry cream was the longest production time we've ever
Well,
had.
that was pushed
It got
off
derailed by a
on
bunch
purpose.
of stuff. Yeah.
But yeah, it depends on if we're like taking a recipe and just changing the flavor. That's a lot faster.
Yep.
But if we're doing something new, then
Becca
something new.
is thinking the new flavor is speculoos because it's spelled speculas. Jennifer wants a black cherry or pomegranate salty.
Yeah, that
Chris
sounds
says, how
good.
many prototypes do you usually go through before you're happy with the new flavor?
3 to
Anywhere
4,
from 1
5,
to like 15.
20.
Sometimes we nail it on the first run.
Yeah, that works out.
Like there's one thing that I'm working on right now that it was like, mix it up. Everyone's like, nah, ship it. Just go.
Perfect. Perfect. I'm trying to remember which one that is.
Marie says, add a drop of mint extract to the chocolate salt.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Jennifer says, I asked because I'm a type 1 diabetic. When I eat one of those with protein
Yeah.
and fat, I only need half the insulin bolus for them.
Yeah.
Or the cracked snack. I don't know if their other flavors will do that.
Oh,
so I
I
think for
don't
the
know.
other flavors,
You'd have
it's
to test.
just chocolate.
Yeah,
I
but
don't know.
but it would say on the ingredients if there's sweetener in the chocolate, and I know that they have a good product. So
Sabrina's got a busy day at church tomorrow.
I'm like, is it tomorrow? Tomorrow's church?
Well, you can do stuff at church on Wednesdays.
I just got mixed up.
Carrie says strawberry rhubarb. I don't know, maybe. And Joe Ray is guessing cherry lime.
Oh, that
RW
sounds
wants
good,
a
huh?
grape. Miriam doesn't like grape. Miriam has associations with cough syrup.
No, it wasn't cough syrup. It was Dimetapp.
Sorry.
Cold and
medicine.
flu.
Okay. One of the things that I really wanted to talk about today is we're getting closer to Thanksgiving.
Yes.
And a couple of years ago, I'll just
A couple, like 5 years ago, you mean? We should really do a new... Oh, you're
Keto
incognito.
Chow Thanksgiving.
We should really do this blog post nicer because these photos are like so old.
Yeah, but I keep
and
coming
super
back to
campy.
it. Okay, number
I know,
one,
but we could just redo it.
and both of these links are in the description of this video.
Cool.
First off, there is a recipe book that we published a couple of years ago. It's all by Chef Taffy.
Oh, that pumpernickel bread is freaking yummy.
These Muddy Buddies are freaking
Oh, we've
amazing.
done that a lot.
The blueberry
I've also done
cobbler.
the blueberry cobbler multiple times.
Eggnog biscotti.
You're too fast. I can't even think of it. Look at it.
The pumpkin scones. Anyway, lots of good stuff, okay? The link to this is in the description. Or you can just search for Keto Chow Thanksgiving, and it'll be like the third. But also, there's this post, A Happy Keto Thanksgiving.
From 2015.
From 2015.
So old.
This is actually the first time I smoked a turkey.
That's our old house. That's our old countertop that we made out of
That's our
concrete.
current house.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
Is?
That's our current house. We
Oh,
didn't
it's
pour
our old
yeah.
countertop. That's right.
Anyway,
Yeah,
all
it
the
was
different...
before we changed it up.
There's different recipes.
Yeah.
This cranberry jalapeno cream cheese
We
dip
still make that
is
recipe.
freaking amazing.
So
okay?
good.
Mashed cauliflower with sausage gravy.
We also
was
make
really
that.
good. By the way, making
lot.
sausage gravy, brown some sausage,
Throw some heavy cream in it.
maybe with some, oh my gosh, some chopped onions and some garlic, and then pour heavy cream in it and bring it to a simmer.
Chris cooking
end.
Nashville is probably really annoyed that we're like, we do these stupid recipes.
This strawberry cheesecake is really good. Pumpkin cheesecake was also really good. But also, I wanted to point out, this year, one of the things we're going to be making is Joe's chocolate pie. Kate has specifically asked
Ask
for
for
it.
that, yeah. I don't want to make the crust. You make the crust. I will just have turkey.
That's it. This is it right here. This keto chocolate pie. This crust is the best crust
It's really good
of
crust.
any pie I've ever had,
You can do your
keto or not.
Do the apple pie with the
chayote
zucchini and
squash.
I like zucchini because it's a little bit less carbs. Zucchini and the apple tea and in that crust, it's so
There
good.
is a video for it too.
Look how cute they are.
It's Rachel's old hair.
Yeah.
Anyway, it has the instructions on making the pie crust, which is coconut flour and eggs and a bunch of... It's so easy.
Yeah.
It's stupid easy. I
Yep.
would highly recommend it.
But it makes two. So if
Yeah.
you aren't planning ahead, you'd be like, I have too much dough.
Anyway, so those are some of the recipes that we're going to be making.
Yes, and
for...
in that blog post, it talks about you spatchcocking. Instead of spatchcocking, he just cut it in half.
Well, so actually, what we did last year
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
is we took a turkey and I cut it into quarters. So we separated the thigh and the leg and the breast and in half. And I put each of those quarters into a vacuum bag,
Yep.
vacuum sealed it, stuck it in a sous vide at like 140 degrees
Yeah.
for 48 hours. It was...
It was
We never
so
know when
good.
people are going to be at our
And that's
house.
always like the thing to,
Yeah.
even when you have it timed out, you're still like, okay, well, when they get here, are they going to help set the table? Are we going to have everything ready? And as soon as everybody gets here, then everybody needs to put their stuff back in the oven, or this thing hasn't actually been put together yet. So it still takes half an hour before you can even start eating after everybody gets there, right?
And the way that we serve the turkey, we're not like having the golden skin on
And
it
the
and
slicing.
slicing it. No. We're tearing it apart, putting it into serving dishes, and people are using tongs and pulling out the already separated meat.
Yep.
And so at that point, it doesn't matter what the skin looks like. We're going to be pulling it apart anyway. I'm deboning the turkey, so I
Yeah.
might as well just debone the turkey. Now, the one thing you end up with is it won't be very salty. So as I was deboning the turkey, which was the most moist
Yeah.
turkey I've had in my entire life, the fourth time we reheated it, it was still
Moist.
so juicy.
Sous vide is
Anyway,
the way to go.
so good. Anyway, as I was deboning it, I had some smoked Redmond salt that I was tossing in there.
Oh, I didn't
and
realize you
mixing it
made
around.
it with
Oh,
the
yeah.
smoked salt.
Because it made it taste like I had smoked the turkey.
It was so
It
good.
was amazing. I have vowed, if I can, I'm never making turkey any other way.
Hey, I'm willing to eat it.
Like, it was amazing. And it was so easy. And the other problem with smoking a turkey is you really need a turkey that's never been frozen.
Yeah.
Because
And even though they say they're fresh
they're
frozen.
totally frozen. Yeah. Because if you have one that's frozen, it doesn't smoke as well because the cells were broken when it was frozen. Anyway,
Yep.
it gets really tough and not very... Anyway, doing it with a sous vide
So
was
good.
amazing.
Yeah.
Gonna do it again. Okay, let's catch up on comments.
Okay.
Let's see. Oh, Exposing Darkness wants a root beer salty
Ooh,
flavor.
yeah.
would
That
be
sounds so
it
good.
wouldn't be. It wouldn't be
wouldn't-
carbonated though.
No, it wouldn't be.
GB says Dimetap PSTD survivor here.
Yeah, we're the same.
Visual Kilo likes the mint crackle cookies.
Oh, I
Nice.
really like those too.
Carrie says, how long does it take to light a turkey? Yeah. Joey says, what do you dip in the cranberry cheesecake dip? Pork rinds. You can.
Yeah.
You totally can make
We've
like
done
the
the-
cheese crackers and stuff. But
We've done celery too, and we've done like Joe's
pork rinds is
keto crackers.
It works. It just works really well.
What
Tracy's
else?
here.
I've taken and put it on like cucumbers and stuff before, like you use it.
Yeah, I forget that.
Tracy, hi.
I'm just doing pork rinds.
Cucumbers are good.
Chris says not at all. Yeah, y'all have great recipes. I should know. There you Let's see. Mary says, good to know about the pie crust. That pie crust, even
It's
if I
so
wasn't
good.
keto, I would make that pie crust
It's so good.
because it's easy, it's fast, and it tastes good. Like it's a thin, slightly coconutty, but not really.
Yeah.
Well, this says we cooked our turkey in the sous vide. Nice.
Winning.
And yeah, usually people's concern is like, well, the skin's going to be all soggy. And it's like, we're throwing away the skin. When Lindsay says the
I
best
think we-
Thanksgiving turkey
Oh, yeah,
is a
you're right.
prime rib.
That's not a bad idea.
You're not wrong. What was it that we were doing something, and I'm like, can I just make like hamburgers instead? Anyway.
I don't remember.
Mike says I ordered a pan of keto stuffing from our local bakery in Las Vegas called Starburst Parlor last weekend.
Oh,
I've
cool.
been eating with sausage gravy since Sunday.
That sounds amazing. Ruth last year made a keto stuffing that was so good. I don't remember
yeah.
where she found it.
I think we used.
We used Fox Hills.
Oh, Fox
Oh,
Hills.
I know they're closing.
Fox Hills Kitchen, by the way, fantastic company. They aren't going to be shipping out already made products.
Yeah.
They're only going to be selling their mixes.
Yep.
And they are, well, at least they should be. Let's see if it's still there.
They're on our favorite things.
If you go down to the very bottom of our
I
site.
think. Whoa, that's so big.
Yeah, sorry.
Whoa.
And, oh my gosh. There we go.
Too hard.
Where's our favorite things?
I don't know.
It's not there. Learning Hub, our favorite products we recommend there.
There we go. We just keep changing the name of things.
Wow, that is so big.
It
There we
is
go.
so big.
Here
Oh, there it is.
Fox
Fox
Hills.
Hills.
Yep. So
We love them.
unfortunately,
I'm sad.
they're
I had some last night.
yeah, they're going to be shutting down it's soon. They're going to be
Okay,
shutting down
so
their
they're
premium
not
stuff.
closed yet. Then I'm buying everything they have. I'll empty
It
the freezer
freezes
for it.
really well.
Yeah, I the ones I ate last night are like 8-year-old because I just put it in the freezer and I only eat it when I need it, which I didn't need it. I just wanted it.
Chris says I'm deboning my whole turkey this year. Going to be a wild product.
Same.
Now
That's
here's
what
the
we
thing.
do
See,
every
that's
time.
I'm of the opinion you debone it after it's been cooked
Yeah.
because I'm lazy. And this says we actually cooked the breast and the legs at different temperature. Really?
Oh, wow.
Wow. Okay. Crystal says my husband smoked the turkey last weekend. I can't believe how juicy and flavorful it is. We saved the fat and dripping. There you go.
Yum.
Mike usually does a ham for Thanksgiving, which is great.
Yep. We do a ham a lot too.
Lady Fritz Sater says I did a sous vide breast of turkey last year to add to the family turkey for extra, and it was the best turkey of the day.
Oh, yay.
And here's the thing. So Thanksgiving, a lot of people, one of the reasons why I wanted to show off those recipes and get people thinking about it and preparing is you can totally do a keto Thanksgiving.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I mean, most of the good stuff, except for the potato dishes and things like that, can easily be made keto or
Yep.
just are.
And it's nice to get through the holiday and not feel like crap.
Yeah, do you
Because
want
how
your
many
holiday
years-
experience defined
How many years do you just
by-
stuff yourself as much as you can? But, you know, the last, how many years? 7 years? Has it been 7 or 8 years?
I don't know.
We've just felt good. And we're going to go to a movie. It'll be fun.
Yeah, we're going to go see Moana 2.
Moana. Make
Jujubee
way,
says,
make
is there sausage
way.
involved? Can I have a hint? In the sausage gravy, there sure is.
Yeah.
Lynn is agreeing with Lindsay, which always reminds me of Meet the Robinsons. No matter what she says, even if she's wrong, she's right.
He's
She's
right.
She's right. Strange Student says, I'm late. Did you test True Lime with the iodine? No. I tested
We
the
tested
True
the
lemon.
lemon.
I'm assuming that
But if the
lime is
lemon
the same.
has it, the lime is going to be the same. Like, it's just,
Yeah.
it's the same. So
Spoken Darkness
frustrated.
says, yeah, same if you made ginger ale. Yeah, it would be flat. Ash says, sous vide anything is amazing. Yes.
Yeah, I agree.
Storm Chasing Gal says, Whole Food
agree.
does our Thanksgiving a cider brined smoked turkey breast. Should be illegal. It's that good.
Yeah.
RW says, Miriam, can't you just not use the flavors you don't like instead of depriving the rest of us?
Sorry. I have to win. She's right.
Yeah. Well, she exchanged sentences about a duck for Thanksgiving. Whoa.
Ooh, that sounds amazing. I don't think I've ever had duck except for duck eggs, which is also duck, but
Yep.
it's not quite the same taste.
S. Rob says, is the pie crust recipe one of Joe's or just the pie filling?
Yes,
so on the
Joe
recipe,
made the pie crust
Yeah.
and the pie.
and I put a link to it. Actually, it might still be in my clipboard. It totally is.
You can
In
still
that
put
recipe, it has the filling and the
And that's one of,
outside.
I mean, how many years have we been making that same recipe? If it's not broke, don't fix it.
Yep.
Right? If you still love it, just keep doing it.
Yep. Well, it points out that Carrie Brown has a really great sausage stuffing they make every year. One
Yes.
of Carrie Brown's books
Yes.
is Keto for the Holidays. I
Keto
think is
for
what
the
it's called.
Holidays. It's one of the first keto books I ever got.
It was the first keto book that I ever bought, and I bought it for you.
Oh, then that's what it is.
And we didn't even know Carrie Brown at the time.
Yeah.
Exchange Student says the best turkey I've ever had was a fried one.
Yeah.
Ash says if you're worried about the skin on your sous vide turkey, you can be like my husband, Chris Cooking Nashville, and just pull out a flame torch and yell, "Burn, baby, burn!" Yeah, gotta yell at the torch. Chris says no sausage in my stuffing, but you could easily add it.
Okay, so Chris, I was
it's all about the
asking
sage.
on your live stream earlier, and I know that you probably answered this, and this is probably stupid, but are all of your recipes listed on your website? And is your website chriscookingnashville.com? Question mark. Do you know what his website is?
Well, I know his email address is like Chris at Chris Cooking Nashville.
Because I want to just look and see what you got.
Let's see. GGB says, yeah, Chris, good to know Mama had stage stuffing. So it's
Yeah.
nostalgic
Yeah.
for me.
Well, I'm going to ask Ruth if she can find what she made yesteryear.
Yesteryear.
Because she literally just Googled keto stuffing and made something from scratch. Granted, we had the croutons from Fox Hills, and so that was awesome. But it was just so amazing.
Joe Ray's done a keto Thanksgiving, probably made a video about it.
Yeah.
And Lindsay has a sausage dressing recipe on the channel from like 6-ish years ago. You're so old school keto, Lindsay.
Yeah.
Let's see. Deborah says we need an April Fool's Day flavor.
We have had some before, and they are very dumb.
Storm Chasing Gal says I cheat once a year with stuffing.
That's so funny.
Honestly, for me,
If I was going to cheat,
stuffing
it'd be potatoes.
is about at the same level as Pop-Tarts are for Miriam.
You like stuffing?
I love stuffing.
Didn't you like Ruth last year?
Oh yeah, it was great.
It was so good.
People kept on eating it. I'm like, no, it's mine, precious. Yeah, I have an unhealthy relationship with the stuffing, but I try not to eat it very much. Yeah. Jory
don't
says,
eat it.
testing the true lemon for what? So,
Oh, yeah.
long story short, last week we talked about a very fun spreadsheet where I was testing different drink mixes, mostly electrolyte drink mixes, for the presence of maltodextrin. If you've been away for a while or are unaware, the big kerfuffle over the last couple months is that LMNT, or Element if you
It's only been
prefer,
like a month.
they originally thought that they had 4 milligrams of maltodextrin in it that wasn't listed on the ingredients. Turns out they actually have up to 550 milligrams, which is more than the potassium and the magnesium combined. It's still not on the ingredients. So there were a lot of people who were upset that it wasn't disclosed on the ingredients. Serious Keto and I were talking about there's a method that you can actually test for maltodextrin using iodine. You mix it up, put a couple drops of iodine in there, and it will turn kind of a bluish purple instead of the light orange if there's maltodextrin present. One of the things that I tested was True Lemon, and it turned a dark purple.
It broke my heart because it literally says that's just lemon in there.
Yeah, it says crystallized lemon.
But if it was a liquid and they made it from a liquid to a solid, it has to be dried on something, and
Well,
they
they
obviously
might have
dried it
just
on
tried it
maltodextrin.
anyway. And it might be that there's something in the lemon juice itself that is causing a false positive. But
So maybe what we should do is just squeeze a lemon into a glass and put some iodine in it.
yeah, we could. Well, we have lemon juice in the fridge too. But anyway, in our live stream from last week, we went into kind of insane amount of detail about it all.
Boring.
And showing some of the results. But yeah, most electrolytes that are out on the market turn purple. They totally have maltodextrin.
Because everything has maltodextrin in it.
It does.
Seems like.
Okay, let's see. Chris says, yep, they are, and it sure is. Some of my old recipes aren't there yet, but I'm working to get my old ones on there. All my new recipes go on there every week.
That's so much work. I totally get how much work that is. So I feel the pain of putting everything on. So thank you.
Loves niches. Used niches.
Oh yes, I've heard that.
Cornbread
and
one?
her cornbread one is good too.
Exposing Darkness says, I was so bummed that True Lemon was one of them.
Me too.
Again, it's just has maltodextrin.
Yeah.
Whether that affects you or not, if you've been using...
I know.
And here's the whole thing with the LMNT controversy and whatnot. The amount of maltodextrin that's in there is unlikely to impact a healthy individual's blood sugar. But that's not really the issue. The issue is that it had maltodextrin in it and they weren't telling anyone. Anyway, that's beside the point. But it's likely not going to move blood sugar around. And if your main concern is blood sugar, it's probably not that big of a deal. It is a big deal if you have a problem with maltodextrin or corn. But anyway, yeah.
But here's the thing, guys.
What?
If all of this maltodextrin talk is causing serious stress so that your glucose goes up,
that will make your glucose go up.
That is not good. So we just need to chill the heck out.
Storm Chasing Gal loves the crack snacks, and Joe says, I love True Lime. And I know that the orange...
The orange we knew had it in it in the first place because it says it on the thing. Yeah.
Now, Bob says, it says, my Chow subscribers get early Black Friday access. Does that include surprise box subscribers?
Is the surprise box part of the My Chow?
Yeah,
It sure is.
Yep. And by the way, early access, we were actually looking this up today.
Yeah.
Is
Wednesday.
Noon on Wednesday the 27th.
Right.
Eastern time.
Well, that's
Noon
where
Eastern
we
time.
have it, but what did we tell everybody?
Well, we told our team it was 10 a.m. Mountain.
I know, but what did we tell everybody in the email that went out?
I am not
Because
sure.
it may be that time for us, but it may not be that time for everyone else.
Oh, that's the wrong...
It's fine. It's fine.
Well, now...
That time stands.
Do you guys get to look at me not sharing my my screen?
Look at me looking at him, looking at his screen.
Let's see, a new flavor's on the way.
November 27th.
Yeah, it doesn't say the time, but it's noon Eastern time. So there's a new flavor coming. What?
That's so funny.
Oh joy, mail has arrived.
Yay!
Anyway,
Yay!
so there you go. Yeah, and if you are subscribed to the Build Your Box or to the...
Surprise.
Yep. And Maria says, Dr. Berg has a video on using iodine to test for maltodextrin.
Yep.
He does.
He sure does.
I heard someone mention the maltodextrin test with iodine, and I'm like, I wonder if there's a video about that, because I was getting ready to do it, and I found Dr. Berg's video. And it was a well-done video. And yeah, it's a video.
Did we finish all the questions?
We sure did.
Okay.
We're actually, it's been an hour and 20 minutes. So,
Woohoo!
but we covered,
It's a long one.
Thanksgiving is coming. You got this.
You got this. And I got it too.
Exposing Darkness is, but we have to order sight unseen. Okay, here's the skinny on the mystery flavor.
Don't tell them.
Actually, it might say this.
Just wait for the upcoming clues.
Okay.
It's fine.
Miriam says I can't say it. She's like
Stop
a big...
telling things.
Okay.
Do you wanna see my muscles? I went to the
Apparently
gym
no.
today.
Okay, well, we're going to go. You all have a fantastic night, and we will